Well, hello, I'm Helen, as you know. Yeah, I did this before and I've always told everyone I'm not afraid to stand up here. I'm not afraid to stand up and talk in front of people. But what I had before was I didn't believe I'd got anything really worthwhile listening to. So if I give you a brief little story of what happened with BC for me, Jeff, who you'll meet later I'm sure, he did BC and he's done lots and lots of courses, and he used to always come home, and when he came home he'd sort of like rush in the house. I'd sit there and brace myself thinking, oh wait for it, here he comes, and he'd be coming in and right, this is what we're going to do, we're going to change this and we're going to do this, and by Christmas we're going to have this done and we're going to have this. Oh okay, yeah, let it go for a couple of weeks and we'll be back where we were, back to normal. And that's exactly what always happened. So when he came back from BC, he didn't. He sort of like just was normal. Well, as normal as he can be. He came in, sat down, and I was waiting for the big what we're going to do, and there was nothing. And I just really, this calm guy came back was so different to the guy that went. So I was like thinking, well, I don't normally do this type of stuff, but maybe I could give it a go. And then they told me that you have to tell your story when you go, so I thought, maybe I won't do it then, because I haven't got a story to tell, because nothing's ever happened in my life. It's always been very, got my mum and dad, my brother and me, and I got everything I wanted because I was spoiled, and it was great. So I put off going for a couple of months, and then in September 2008 I went along and done the course. I opted to tell my story last because I hadn't got anything to say. So as I listened to all the other guys talking, I was actually just jotting down, and I was thinking, I remember feeling like that, and I remember feeling like that. And what dawned on me was that we all feel the same, it's just brought on by different circumstances. So did the course, and I was really sort of flying high, came out of the course, and perhaps I was on a bit of a high after this one instead of how Jeff was, and I went into work and said, I need a bit more time for myself, so I've decided I'm only going to work 4 days a week. That was to my bosses. And they said, well, we'll have a think about it. And I said, okay, but I'm only going to work 4 days a week. So I did that for, it must have been a couple of months, and then I decided I don't want to do the 4 days a week either, so I gave that up as well. So it obviously cost me quite dear, this BC stuff, but it's all been worth it. So I gave up work, and I had another dabble at it about a year later, and I decided I really didn't like it. So, so I didn't go back anymore, really. But what I did was I realised that what held me back in my life was my weight. Now, the reason I wouldn't normally get up on this stage is because I'd think you're all looking at me because I'm fat, not because I've got anything to say. So that's what my script would tell me. And so I did a lot of work with Liz on my script and using all the BC principles. And I realised that this is a shell. This is just an outside shell of me here. The real me's inside. And I now call my script George, because he's George the Gorge, because he makes me eat, and he's what's given me my weight. And the identity thing that Liz spoke about, very briefly on that one, I went through all my life thinking I was fat, when actually now I look back and think, oh my God, you could actually see my bones. But everyone I spoke to said, well, look at all your family, look at your mum's side of the family, they're all big-boned people, and well, you're going just the same way, so I was doing everything right. So at 14, I went to, I think it was 14, 15, went to Weight Watchers for the first time, when I was, I think, 10 stone, something like that. And from then on in, I just carried on and going to all the slimming clubs, and gradually I did exactly what happened is when you keep thinking about weight, I got weight. So that stopped me going forward a lot. And then with BC, I realised that obviously this isn't me. The real me's inside. It's me that's speaking, but not me that you can see. And I then decided to go on the coaching course, the BC coaching course. So I'm now qualified to teach people and to help people and coach them. And I was working with a lady a few months ago, and she said, my daughter needs to see you. She sits at home all day, and she's in her pyjamas, and because she's big and she's got lots of weight on her and she's got no confidence. So I said, okay, I'll talk to her and I'll have a chat with her, and worked with her on her script. I did that for 4 weeks. We met once a week, and she hadn't worked for 12 months because she got no confidence to get an interview, to get a job or anything. On the 4th week, we sat having this meeting, and she said, oh, my phone's ringing, but I don't know who it is. I said, well, answer it. It could be something really important. Sure enough, it was a job. So for 12 months, she'd had no confidence to go out there and get a job. 4 weeks after doing some coaching, using all the BC principles, she's out there, she's got herself a job. She's going to a wedding. She was, well, what can I wear? I'm going to look big. I'm going to wear what you feel comfortable in. Everyone had talked her into having a dress that covered her up. So, well, if you don't want to be covered up, don't cover up. So she showed me pictures a fortnight ago of the wedding she went to, and she had a beautiful little dress on and she wasn't covered up, and she was amazing. And she just keeps saying thank you. And that for me, just, it's everything. That, you know, I can pass on what these guys have taught me and hopefully stop her before she has to go 40 years like I did. And another quick one was another lady I've been looking after with the coaching. She had no self-belief, she couldn't work, she was really, really bad back problems, and she just couldn't do anything, and she got no money. And I said, well, you've got to believe you're worth it. You know, you really have. And working with all these principles, she texted me the other day and said, look, I just got to tell you, I've been awarded, she's been registered as disabled now, which isn't best, but that's how she was anyway. But now they've given her the money she needs to live. And now they're going to do the operation that she's been waiting for. And it's all about her getting the belief in who she is. And the thanks that you get from these people, well, just makes it $1 million. And just to finish off, I put on Facebook the other day, and I had an amazing response to everybody. I've actually given up dieting now because I am total proof that it doesn't work. Because I just got bigger as the more I dieted, so it doesn't work. So now I've decided to put some fun into it. Jeff and I have brought mountain bikes, so we're going off on the mountain bikes. Not up mountains, by the way. And I went to Zumba. Oh my God, that thing is amazing. It is just so much fun. So now my way forward, stuff the diets. I'll get back to the real me by having fun and being nutritious, and that's what you'll see. So next time you see me, you probably see the real me. Okay. Thank you.